Welcome everybody, my name is Mr. Llama. Today I am bringing you Winning with Ease, and this is going to be defending against two-base Muta play in PvZ. So the first thing that you're probably saying is, wait a second, why is Isurus Darkness playing instead of you, Mr. Llama? And the reason is because this is my Grandmaster friend. You might have seen him when I did the ZVP defending the Immortal Sentry all-in. He was my opponent in that game, but in this game, basically here, he sent me this replay, and it was absolutely phenomenal. It is basically a perfect hold, and so I was like, you know what, I could do a game right here where I could defend against this, and I could show people, alright, you know, here's how you can kind of defend. It'd be a little scrappy, everything like that, but I was like, this is exactly perfect. This is everything that you ever need to really do in a game against it. It's a perfect hold. He basically loses nothing. Easy way to GG, and yeah, so he's going to be opening up with a Forge Fast Expand. And just continue to go on into that, and while we let him do this, we will go into our new subscriber shout out. So it will be Foop145, Side Effects, Gent Zepeta, Trip SC2, Mike Fi, yes, Sunil Padada, Amorotique, Mr. Enter Shikari fan. Then I have two Ukrainian usernames I can't pronounce. I apologize, but thank you for subscribing anyways. Bob Joel 23, Giverus 83, Axe 42, Dark Hahaha, Silenciosiu, High Force Synth, Decoke B, Shits, Freebie World, Ear Car X 09, Resinball SSB, and Mr. B Collins 247. So thank you very much, guys, for subscribing. I do appreciate it, of course. And yeah, if you can spend the second to subscribe to my videos, I always feel like I can give you a second to have a shout out, as everybody loves that. So he will be doing a pylon block. This is not, of course, anything that's necessary to defend against a fast ZVP 2-base Muta. This is just kind of him being, you know, annoying, being a good Protoss player who just loves to do the little things like that. But in the meantime, he will just be doing a normal Forge Fast Expand back home, getting up his Forge, then getting up a Nexus, and of course starting his cannon pretty much right when this Forge finishes, because when you do this delay like this and you go for the Forge and then Nexus like that, especially on Daybreak with the wide open natural, you're not going to be able to wall this off in time for Lings to get over there, so you'll want to be able to have a cannon go up, and that is basically if he rushes Lings over like right now. So if you were to make Lings immediately and then send them over to your base, had you started a gateway instead right here, the cannon wouldn't be up, and then you'd have to deal with the annoying 4 Lings in your base constantly, as they just pick away your probes and you're microing them all over, but you know, that can just be annoying to deal with. So he will go ahead and get up his pylon and then start his gateway. Some people go gateway pylon, other people go pylon gateway, whichever way you really wish to choose. And of course he's looking for the third base, but it is still pretty early, so at this point he can't tell that it's 2 base yet. He's going to try and watch to see for a drone coming, but as I said, you know, it's still kind of early. So some people will take their third base a little bit later, so you still can't really tell at this point if it's going to be 2 base or 3 base. But that is something that you do want to kind of know for the future, so that's definitely something that you're going to want to look for as the game progresses. Right here, you will be sending out another scout, of course, to check for that, and then maybe you can check into his base and see, you know, possibly anything there. So he will start putting guys on his geysers right here, and in the meantime get that probe home and be completely fine. And here he will send out another probe to go scout. This is actually a great time to send out that probe to go scout, simply because this is before he'll be getting speed out, anything like that. So were you trying to go for some sort of like speedling bust, whatever it is, he could get that out. He could get this probe over to that third before that would happen, so this probe is pretty much going to be guaranteed to get over there and check for a third, unless it gets blocked up and then the Lings are able to kill it off. So here we will see Darkness heading over. He has gotten a Cybernetic core, and oh, there's no third. What's that? Well, now I'm going to check into the natural, because there's still a variety of 2-base builds that could be coming down. I'm not quite sure what it is. So here he just checks for the drones, and then he leaves, and this is simply because he knows, alright, now it can't be Hydras. So one, of course, 2-base build would be to go for Hydras. You could get Nidus Hydras, or you could be doing a Nidus Baneling, Nidus Ling, something like that. And without that many drones right there, you're really not going to be doing that. You could still be doing like a Ling Bling Bust at this point, or of course fast Mutas is very viable, especially when he sees that third gas and not much, or not many minerals being mined. So still has to be careful for Ling Bling, all-ins or busts, things like that. So what is he going to do? He's going to start chrono boosting out some sentries pretty much as fast as he can. He takes 2 additional gas because he wants to have so much gas for these sentries, and that's very, very important at this point. He's also started his Warp Gate, of course, and his +1 for his attack, and as well he's added down 4 additional gateways and a Twilight. You want to get this Twilight in the event that it is Blink, and you want to get all these gateways simply for Blink or for dealing with the Ling Bling, because 5 gateways constantly producing all of these sentries right here is going to put you in such a great position. You can just have so many force fields to force field off anything trying to stream through, force field off banelings, kind of trap them if you need, whatever it is. So he'll have that +1 done in time. He'll have all of these sentries out. Notice he's making them out of these gateways that have finished up here as well. So he will eventually have 5 sentries here. And then he, of course, has started Blink as well and continue to just make these probes right here. So if you look at the work count, 44 to 29, he's almost double. Yeah, you could not really almost double, but he is well ahead in the worker count right there. And then now you can just start morphing them into warp gates right here. He has all these sentries, and what's this? Okay, well, we now have the fast mutas that are going to be entering the base. There's of course going to be streaming in more and more, but look at this. He already has 5 stalkers he can warp in plus the sentries, so 6 mutas is going to be absolutely nothing. It's going to be able to do no damage. He can just resume mining right here, resume on gas, and he is in such a fine position. He can just continue to warp stuff in, just make sure that nothing is able to really poke by and do too much damage. And as you can see, the Mutaballs has grown quite quickly there, but still not going to be enough whatsoever, as he has more stalkers that he can continue to warp in right here. He'll be completely fine, and even without much micro, he could have had a couple of sentries in that army with some Guardian Shield that would have absolutely obliterated Anonymous's army. And there it is, just a quick GG right there from Anonymous, as he knows that the game is over. He's down 45 workers to 29. He has absolutely no tech, no third base whatsoever, and that's pretty much just the game, as Darkness is able to easily run away with it and will have Blink pretty soon, and can start a +2 upgrade, whatever exactly that he wants to do. So very, very easy hold. I just want to go over the really quick things. Number 1, 5 gates. Number 2, 5 sentries. Number 3, he gets these double gas, gets that +1 upgrade, and yeah, and gets the Twilight Council down for Blink. And that's pretty much it. Just make sure you're not supply blocking and you're just kind of going through with the scout. You see no drones. Hey, that's pretty indicative. It could be fast mutas, but I'm going to get sentries out just in case it is Ling Bling. And it's a very, very easy hold. So thank you to my friend Isris Darkness, who did get 2nd place at Chile Nationals. So congrats to him, of course. So he is a great player, and this was just such a good replay that I was like, I have to just cast this from his perspective instead of doing it myself. So my name is Mr. Llama. I hope you guys enjoyed this cast, possibly learned something, and I will see you guys in my next video.